Speaker.
Williams.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, it's not an area of expertise that I particularly hold in the primary industries area. However, I have had the opportunity to speak on this bill in several passages through the House, and it's amazed me, actually, as a townie, to be part of the conversation, to actually understand the level of science and discussion that sits behind our farming industry. And I think actually members of the House should take the opportunity to engage in conversations across other areas where they may not necessarily have their level of expertise. And I was fascinated by this particular bill, how the data can be used by those researchers to actually find new and different ways of using their products, whether it is around different species that can actually benefit from their products, or whether it's actually finding completely innovative ways to use these compounds or to add something to the formulations, which means that you can use these compounds in new and creative ways. And it's been fascinating to be part of the discussion. We are, as the previous speaker has said, we are a country of inventors and of taking the number 8 wire approach to many things. And I think that really stands us in good stead. When we go overseas as members of Parliament and look at the ways that other people use, their primary industries are structured, and the types of data that they use to inform them and to support the work that they do, we actually can see that as a small nation at the bottom of the world, we do incredibly well. And I guess part of it is the fact that our isolation has forced us to really look at different ways of working, different ways of using our research, and different ways of using the technology that we already have for a broader base of opportunities. I do want to comment too on what Richard Prosser said about data management, and I know that we actually have some very strong tertiary education in terms of being able to use that data management and those processes for some incredibly diverse ways. I don't have the strength to be able to, talk about this in any real depth. I don't actually have the knowledge. I don't have, as members of some other members of the House, to actually have the practical implications or the practical applications of this work. But it has fascinated me how we can take a formulation, we can recreate that for use across a range of species or across a range of applications, and with this piece of legislation provide some protections for those people who actually create the information and the knowledge, so that they actually have some benefit to that. Mr. Speaker, I know that I've got prime time viewing, but I won't actually hold up the passage of this bill, and I commend it to the House. Thank you.